I find that people who lean more towards the spiritually raggedy side, or those who are not comfortable,
Getting all kind of words I can steal.
those who are not comfortable with Black woman joy, because that's in every single thing that comes from Green Heifer Farms, they tend not to be part of my customer base.
Hi, I'm Mademoiselle with the Vaycarians Sabbatical Fund, where we help and support Black women take a break or pursue their heart's desires. So today, I'm interviewing Farmer Cee. She is our first official person that we're interviewing who is a recipient of the Sabbatical Fund, and I'm so excited to have her join us today. So if you do not know Farmer Cee, okay, she is a dynamic woman. Farmer Cee is a visionary entrepreneur. She's a farmer, she's a herbalist, she's an advocate for ethical business and sustainable living, okay? And she is the founder of Green Heifer Farms. Mhm. She is a wellness brand. Well, Green Heifer Farms is a wellness brand and herb farm that celebrates the power of nature to heal and nourish. So she was raised on her maternal grandparents' farm, and she was awarded with professional background in marketing and environmental fundraising, and she has a deep and profound respect for the earth. So she dedicates her life to promoting holistic health and wellness practices that honor the interconnectedness of all living things. I love this. I love her. She's a passionate educator and community leader. She does workshops, she does classes, she does speaking engagements, right? Her approach is rooted in her belief that everyone has the ability to cultivate wellness from the ground up, starting with the soil beneath their feet. Beautiful, wonderful. Okay. So, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. I'm going to bring Farmer Cee on. She's going to tell us all about her business with Green Heifer Farms, how the sabbatical fund has contributed to the growth of Green Heifer Farms, and just get into this Black woman awesomeness. Okay. Her information and the links will be in the description. Make sure you go check them out once we wrap up this interview. Stay tuned. All right, so welcome everybody. So I told you a little bit about Farmer Cee with Green Heifer Farms. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing your energy into the Vaycarians atmosphere or Stephanie's channel.
I love the Vaycarians.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, so you're a farmer, and we all know kind of like, well, we should be aware of like what some of the trajectory is kind of happening right now. But let's get into a little bit more about what drew you into doing this work. What drew you in or inspired you to pursue this as a business or a route or avenue? How did you get in?
Okay. So first, let me just say, hey, Vicarians, thank y'all. I love, some have come and are faves over at Green Heifer Farms. So absolutely thrilled to be here. For those who were over on Picky Girl Travels the World, Adelia, I was just on there. So they're gonna be like, girl,
She
but
everywhere.
I'm
Okay.
fam. No, I'm fam. I'm fam now. So anyway, yes, Farmer Cee. My name is Clarinda Stanley. And prior to being a farmer, I spent over 2 decades in marketing and fundraising, had various roles from vice president of the university to a principal gifts fundraiser in environmental conservation. So traveled all over the world, talked to very, very wealthy people, and uh, got to just in general in my life where being authentic was critical to my mental health.
Mm.
So I didn't code switch. I don't necessarily, walk on eggshells when I'm having a conversation, worrying about if I split an infinitive or if I use a double negative. I've got the letters behind my name. I can hold a conversation, and you heard what I said. Yeah, you heard what I said, Fred. You heard me,
Mhm, mhm.
right? But
Yeah.
doing it in an authentic way and not watering down my being because I don't want to come off as aggressive or as angry or as all of the things that Black women can be stereotyped into, because they want to restrict our emotions. They want to define how we're feeling. I may not be angry. I may be frustrated. I may be exasperated. I may be bored.
Okay.
I could be many things. And then I might be angry, because that's something.
You're entitled to that as well.
What Solange say, we got a lot to be angry about. Um, so I was in this career, traveling the world, being in up to 9-figure conversations, and in situations where I'm gonna mention Black people. you know, if there's a conversation to be had, I'm going to mention Black people. If I'm expected to raise all of these dollars for agriculture, what is the harm in me asking, well, where are your programs for Black farmers?
Mm-hmm.
Like, these things are part of me bringing my whole self to the workplace, and that's not what was wanted. So simultaneously, while I got all this going on in the professional arena, in the personal arena, I was legally entangled with a woman's son, and it was not going well. And there was a point in it where I was like, what is it you want to do? Right? Because I'm not having babies.
Mm-hmm.
I know that isn't going to help anything. So what is it you want to do? And they told me they wanted to grow hemp flower. Now, in North Carolina, because they make things restrictive, of course, right? One of the stipulations in order to grow hemp in the state, to get a license, you had to have farm income. Well, I happen to have inherited a 20-acre tree farm from my mother when she transitioned. Yes, my family has been about working to benefit each generation. So I am fortunate that in the sense of land, I did have an inheritance. And so I had farm income. So I got the license as a technicality. The way my mind works, who wants to be a Black farmer today and be working for somebody else? That's just not what typically, at least for me. So I bought some land. Well, anyway, long story short, I got to an age where I wanted to keep the things in my life that appreciated. The land did, the man did not. So I got legally unentangled. And I had this land, and these folks were here stressing me, right? So start dealing with anxiety, and I start using herbs
Okay.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not necessarily the type that I want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a bag that they made more than one of. Like, I'm not gonna buy a Birkin. It's no shade to anyone who that's where you find value. For me, I'd rather go to Nigeria on a comfortable flight, have a
Right. You want
comfortable
those
accommodation,
experience.
go into the local business where they're known for their leather goods, have me
Mm-hmm.
something made specifically for me.
Authentic. Yes. Authentic.
And not
Authentic.
only is it one of a kind, but I got a story with it, right? As opposed to this need for this symbol of success.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I'm gonna start because I had the hemp license. So I'm like, well, I like cannabis. I love cannabis. So I'm like, let me grow that. And then let me grow some other things as I'm trying to figure out a way, because I have appreciation for Western medicine. I'm not one of those herbalists that tell you don't go to the doctor. No, you need to use all of the resources available to you. I'm more of a expand your well-being program with herbs. I'm not trying to tell people to necessarily replace. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so anyway, yeah, I started growing herbs. I have, very particular tastes when it comes to things I value. And so I grew them to meet my expectations, which are very, very high. And I grow them for Black women specifically. Now, anybody is free to buy my herbs, but I find that people who lean more towards the spiritually raggedy side, or those who are not
You're
comfortable,
getting all kind of words I can steal.
those who are not comfortable with Black woman joy, because that's
Mm-hmm.
in every single thing that comes from Green Heifer Farms. They tend not to be part of my customer base.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I grow it for us. And so they, when you come and you buy my peppermint, that it was grown to a certain standard. And also, the story that you are allowing me to be able to show up for community in a way that is not, I'm very big on boundaries and not being in situations where people take the joy out of giving for me. Like, I call this my customized joy factory. I
Mm-hmm.
love giving, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't like feeling extracted from.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I
absolutely.
will put a pause because I'm very clear. I don't owe. I am a Black woman farmer in the South. We are old, and I know that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'll stop there. That's a little bit about me and my approach and how I found freedom, really. Right here in North Carolina.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I feel like I can just skip over this next question, but I don't know. You can feel if you want to elaborate a little bit further on it, that's fine. But I was going to ask, what role does community play um, in your creative process? And it seems like you are very community centered, and particularly with Black women in your processes in doing these things. So I don't know if it's something further that you want to elaborate on that with, but I feel like I got the message.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, keep going.
um, yeah, what and also the things, the messages you seem to find yourself coming back to. Again, I feel like I got the message with your introduction. Black women, showing up for Black women, the Joy Factory. Those are the things in which you center your business and theme around, if I'm correct, if I'm pulling the right strings.
Okay.
But yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So now we're going to get into your connection with the sabbatical fund and those efforts that we have to try and support Black women a bit more on their journeys.
Yeah.
So when you came across the sabbatical fund, what did you think or envision about it when you first learned
I,
about it? Like,
I didn't know about it. So my story is different. Uh, let me tell you what had happened. What had happened was I was in the process of putting up a greenhouse on our farm, and it was going to be technically the first official structure because I bought raw land. So I didn't have anything out here. I didn't have water, I didn't have electricity, internet, nothing. I started from scratch. So I had received a $5,000 grant from Gaia Herbs to put up this greenhouse. I was matching it with $2,500 from me, a loan to Green Heifer Farms, because Green Heifer Farms is its own business entity. So I loaned Green Heifer Farms $2,500. Green Heifer Farms had generated $2,500 in revenue, and I did this campaign, and it was for some other thing too. But I did this campaign to raise the last $5,000 because I'm very big, especially coming from philanthropy. I understand the importance of ensuring that your community knows that you are a business and not ascribing to the struggle farming stereotype that can be attached to agriculture. Yes, I am a farmer, but let's not, diminish the fact that I'm a farm owner, which means I'm a business owner. I'm a CEO. Green Heifer Farms is an incorporated entity in North
mm,
Carolina. I'm a
mm,
brand owner, trademarked brand. I think you can see it over my shoulder. I have intellectual assets, I have brand assets. In addition to that, we have this land which actually belongs to me, and I put it in a trust. So it belongs to my children and my grandchildren. My grandchildren know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they will inherit this property, the property in Alabama, other properties. That we have collectively as a family, because I gave birth to go-getters. Um, and Green Heifer Farms is the business that is operated here. I try to reframe how people think of farmers and not limit that. That is a piece of who I am. I'm proud of it. So I lead with it. But I could very well come on here and be like, I'm CEO of an herbal tea brand, and we are a consumer packaged goods with UPC products distributed in select and independent grocery stores. And that is true because we are all of that, actually. But I choose to come and I'm a herb farmer first. So you can deal with all those stereotypes and then reframe the conversation on that. So I was having this fundraising campaign, just out here getting it in, and this money showed up from nowhere. I'm like, where is this? Who is this? It was like bam. It was a amount of money, and it didn't know the name or anything. And I was, getting contributions, and people had passed the goal eventually, but I hadn't yet at that point. And so I go and do some research. Stephanie Perry, and I find Stephanie Perry, and I don't know where Stephanie found me from. I
I
don't
want
know
to ask her.
how, but I really try to stay in an abundance mindset. I believe in the right people coming into to my knowledge, and I'm very big on curating the energy around me. I control. I'm intentional about how many people I follow, who I follow. Most platforms, I'm not following many people. I never follow more than 420 on IG for all my 420s. Y'all got that. And I never share more than 420 posts at any given time. I believe in curating the energy around me. So when Stephanie found me, first of all, I was beyond like, wow, that's awesome, because she's such a phenomenal person. And then we had a mutual friend, Jewel, in common. If you don't know Jewel, she is the tiny house guru,
Mhm.
Bohemian Soul. I think she has an intensive going on right now. I own 2 tiny homes, and Jewel has been integral in that process. She actually found my first one for me. So yeah, this money came, and I'm like, okay. And Stephanie's like, it's for a sabbatical. I'm like, I'm in hustle mode.
Take it over.
Sabbatical. I'm feeling really radical right now. Okay, I'll take more breaks during the day. I took some naps. Yeah, I went seed shopping and got whatever I wanted, whether it made sense or not. And for the most part, it went towards the greenhouse. So the Vaycarians actually had a role in this greenhouse being erected. And now for those who are customers, it's like full circle. So when
Mhm.
they hit me up and they're like, that peppermint was peppermint, and you know, yes, it's all because
Not the peppermint. Oh
oh,
my
it's
goodness.
pepperminting. Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Okay. I'm just okay. I'm taking it all in. And so yeah, we're gonna have to figure out
Okay.
how she found you.
Yeah.
How
Yeah. And now, Adelia actually brought her retreat here last year, and it was the first time I hosted a group here that size, and we had a good time. We made teas, we talked herbs, we had a ball. We had a ball, and of course, Jewel, that's my girl. So she's been here. Um, so yeah, we've had it's a beautiful group of, and that's just how it's really been for me coming into this space, and really being able to engage with women on the herbal side, on the agricultural
Mhm.
side, on the living your life on your terms side. I did a different, route where I established my business. My business is sustainable, it's profitable. I just got back from a trip to France. I'm now able to be in the mindset of where is it in addition to here that I want to own other residences and
Mm-hmm.
think of it in that way. I encourage women as they come into business, because even in farming, you'll find a lot that Black women come into it with this burden, like we got to feed our entire community, we got to save everybody. And it's like, reshift that, reshift from that scarcity mindset to an
Mm-hmm.
abundance mindset. And instead, I'm coming to grow good things, to benefit my people, to make a respectable living so I can show up the way that I want to show up. For us at our farm now, we're able to buy plant material from other farmers. We're able to partner with other farmers and say, hey, we can't grow enough of this. Um, can we partner with you? Or you have some extra XYZ. And that's what we want to do. I love being able to show up in that way.
Oh goodness. Yes. Okay. So you didn't take a sabbatical, but
I,
it's
I took it in short intervals. I'm
in
sure
bits.
we brought them up
Okay.
together. But yeah, I was in grind mode.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask this question, and you can still explain, even with those bits and times, how has having dedicated time and resources or breaks
Yeah.
during your sabbaticals, how has this affected your business? I know you say it's been full circle, but
Yeah.
anything outside of that, like how has it affected your business, or has there been anything that has come up that was made possible? With this entire process, what direction has it led you to, or anything, like what has it been for you, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think more than anything, what it did to find out that there is this very active movement for Black women to have sabbaticals, right? That in and of itself for me was an an aha kind of moment. Like, yeah, because I can get lost in this because I love what I'm doing so much. Like, I absolutely love Green Heifer Farms. I can move around. I can start out blending teas. I can go outside if I get tired of that. I can come here and answer some of these emails if I get tired of that. And if I just get done with it all, I could go spray paint something. I got a whole farm out here. I love a spray paint can. Hate to see me coming. Um, so it reminded me though that I still need to be very intentional about taking a break. Even though I'm having fun, even though I love it, and I can be one of those annoying people that are like, it doesn't even feel like I'm working because I love what I'm doing so much, you know. uh you gotta take a break. You've gotta rest. And so I chill for the most part on Sundays. Sometimes I might get on my YouTube and do a little live or whatever, but it's not work.
Mhm.
um but I chill on Sundays. I take naps when I'm tired, period. It even if we're in the midst of something, I'm gonna go take a nap
Yeah.
because I'm only gonna get cranky. I'm only
Mhm.
gonna keep on cranky. I
Yep.
drink some lemon balm and go get a good one, and
Mhm.
then I come back. So it was just a reminder, really, to rest and to remember how much I love to travel. I had stopped really doing much travel unless it was work related. So
How has your traveling and going to other places I don't know if you're going for that purpose to see what they're doing agriculturally, but has that had any insight into what you think about agriculture and stuff like that?
yeah, so I do public speaking, and I have a pretty robust speaking engagement calendar, with commitments to keynote primarily at conferences, and most times those are agriculturally related. They're either in the agricultural space or in the packaged goods space. And so I travel to those places. Depending on where it is, I do try to connect with um, farmers, preferably, first and foremost, and then maybe other tea blenders, herbalists, etc. But I love going to see and connect with people who are producing. but it may be a space like, I don't know, in the middle of Iowa. If I go there, then I'm not going to a farm unless it's part of, you know, whatever's going on. But with all that said, I'm still a girl. I like a high thread count sheet. I love a massage. When I'm out here, we're prepping for the snow, so no makeup today. But when she's out, she likes a lash. Like, I love all that too. So I might be in your city at the spa, and they're like,
Okay.
"Oh, Farmer Cee's in town.
Mhm,
They
mhm,
sing
sure
room
is.
service." Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I know you had like your campaign, you had other contributions and all of that stuff, and you
Yeah.
had help from the sabbatical fund. How has that, it doesn't have to just be from um, Stephanie, but how has it contributed to the growth of your business, or if at any, has it had any substantial impact on the growth of your business?
I think, well, for one, when you know that there's this group of women who you have never engaged with before, and you are a Black woman farmer out here, where my land is located, I wanted the best farmland, so I went and got some of theirs. Uh, let's move some of that over here. We not only should we keep what we have, but we definitely need more. It's not enough to feed us. So to have that vote of confidence, and for these women to be like, you know what, we're gonna invest in you some rest, sis. And that alone, that morale booster was like, oh
Mhm.
heck yeah, I'm about to grow some excellent herbs. And so now to be able to, I know Green Heifer Farms is in some of them suitcases. Okay. I know for a fact we are all over the world being
Mhm.
enjoyed. And even if it's at, somebody who still is planning, or somebody who, whatever situation, I know that more than anything that these herbs are in Black women's cups. And for some, some enjoy herbs in other ways.
Mhm.
No judgment on that. I listen and don't judge unless you're doing something crazy with
Mhm.
some of these plants. But that for me has been just really huge, and staying focused on what it is we're doing and not diluting how we show up. And so, yeah, my goal is to be in all the pantries of my sisters, and go to all these places y'all are going and doing, or just go up into the workplace, you
Yep.
know, so you don't be wanting to pop off on these people. Just being there botanically unbothered.
Ooh.
Botanically unbothered. Yeah. Then they'll really be like, I don't know, something about her attitude, because now you just walking around humming.
Ain't
Hmm.
worried about nothing.
Not
Okay.
worried, bringing yourself
All right.
good lunches. Yeah, you're not going to grab
Mhm.
a pizza no, you brought yourself a nice meal.
It's so necessary. It's so necessary. Like, honestly, it is really
Yeah,
necessary because we just,
yeah,
I don't know if we necessarily just appreciate how, and just for you to have that thought process in mind and like taking it back, like to, understanding herbs and roots in that way. And how it's like essential to just like our day-to-day functionality. We don't understand it. We don't appreciate it. But
yeah,
it's evident, and again with this, like, um, you're on the forefront. I'm pretty sure, you're on the forefront of what's to come. So it's obvious that you got your own motion, right? I feel you got your motion, you got your things going. But has this funding in any way like helped you, address any barriers? And this is just for those, who may be watching in the future, and who may be kind of stifled in some sense, and they may need, whatever it may be. Has it helped you address any barriers that you've faced in your business? If you, because it, like,
yeah.
again, you got
Yeah,
to go.
no, let me tell you something really critical that the sabbatical got into motion.
Hmm.
I now have a guest tiny house on my farm that I offer to those who need to come, and maybe you need to get your hands in the soil. Maybe you want to learn more about herbs. Maybe you're interested in agriculture. Maybe you just need to come and get away from folks. You've got some vinyl records over there, puzzles, the only TV on the farm, all of that. Your herbs are there. It's a refrigerator. You can bring you some stuff, little burner situation if you want to cook a little something. And I've had people come finish dissertations. I've had people come, I didn't see them for 72 hours. They just popped out when, late checkout is period across, because nobody wants to leave at 11. You just had breakfast
Okay.
probably.
Right.
Want to stretch a little bit. So I had them come in. I don't see them until 1 p.m. on the day that they leave.
They don't want to go. No one go.
Refreshed, looking great. And that's cool too. And so I can provide a space as a sabbatical. And people, have someone who's coming to celebrate their 50th. That's such an honor. And that got that to thinking, that really got me to thinking, like, wow, people be needing breaks. And I know this. So in addition to creating a space that I don't feel the need to escape from for myself, I want to share that in a way that's authentic, but also, I have to take safety into consideration and things like that. So in a way that I can manage it and provide that experience to others. And so that, I think, is a barrier that was addressed, because oftentimes we don't feel we have enough spaces where we can just go and just be just as Black womanly as we want. And it's well received, It's encouraged. It makes the plants grow. The soil responds.
Yes.
There.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Yes, it does. Okay. So, in the long term, what do you see happening with Green Heifer Farms, with you and what you're doing? What do you see long term? I know you spoke on it, but
Yeah.
um, anything you want to elaborate on and what you see like vision wise?
Yeah. So I definitely don't pressure my children to work for me. I have three, all adults. My baby's 22. He just graduated. He's still, I won't say he's being parented, but he's still under parental advisement with things going on in his life. My girls are married, mothers, homeowners, multiple homeowners. They're doing their thing. So I've taught them we never make lateral moves. I'll never ask you to make a lateral move to be part of something. That's counterproductive. So for Green Heifer Farms, I have positioned it as, if my children decide that they do not want to carry on the business, it is positioned for acquisition. I have no problem selling the brand at the right time for the right numbers. And I know for those who say, well, when we sell it, they change it. Well, you better buy it now then. Because one day, if I'm no longer excited about doing this, and my children, grandchildren, nobody is interested in carrying it on, then it's set up for acquisition. The thing of it is, the brand can be sold, but the land cannot. And so I think we limit Black entrepreneurs a lot of times by forcing them to own it. And you allow so many non-Black folks who get your money to do whatever it is that they're going to do. And you kind of just dismiss it and be like, oh, well, it's expected of them. But when it's us, there's this, but we've got to hold on to it for ourselves. Well, if you want us to hold on to it, then make sure that is something that you are actively investing in. But one day I'm not gonna want to be out here. I'm assuming one day a sister gonna get tired of hoeing. So when that happens, I want to be able to move on, and that's the way I'm building my business. Yeah.
That's so smart. Yeah. And I was just gonna ask if there were any you have anything to say for Black women business owners, um, whether considering taking a sabbatical or not. And so, some of us may feel we need to be more in like a grind mode. Where do you find that balance, if any? Like, what would you say to them in that regard?
I feel like if it's something that a person genuinely wants, especially a Black woman, then we're going for it. If it's something we genuinely want. Now, sometimes we want the effect of something, meaning we want the benefits, but we not necessarily, wanting to overcome whatever obstacles to get to that spot. And as an example, when I first started, there were several women who were saying at that time, I want to do something similar, maybe not the exact same thing, but they wanted to get involved in farming. And now when I, look at some of those women who I'm 7 years in, some of them are still in groups. That's why I'm very careful about Facebook groups and things like that. I'll be in the Exodus Summit. Y'all be having some stuff up in there. I'll be in there. But I'm very selective because I see some of those same women 7 years later still talking about, I want to start a farm. It's like you didn't get your EIN number. You could have registered your name with the state. You could have rented a little bench or two in somebody's nursery. Like, there's things that you could have made moves on, and you are in these groups, and there's so many people who are supporting that. I know they've been seeing you say that same thing for X number of years, and it's like, who gonna tell her? And see, I'm the one to get in trouble because I be in the thing like, girl, you said that in 2018.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm the same. I'm really particular about because I have also like created, online spaces on Facebook, and I was like, I'm not doing that no more.
yes. So if
But,
you are interested in
yeah.
being an entrepreneur, curate the energy around you. Surround yourself with people who inspire, who motivate. You cannot be the smartest person in the circle. You may be the smartest about some things, but there have to be people that you can learn from. And also, my thing is grow slow so you don't owe. That's me. I don't like debt because it's stressful knowing I got to pay somebody something every single month. So I try to keep myself in situations where my peace is protected. So I prefer not to owe you money. And I set things up so that I can exist with minimal debt because that allows me, I feel, to create more authentic relationships. And get your email list in order. That's just the last one. It's never too early to start building your email list. I don't care how many followers people be having on these social media platforms. These platforms belong to white men. Okay, Mark at any moment can become aware of you and be like, I just don't want her on any meta platforms whatsoever, or you can get shadow banned or all of those things. So um build your email list. You own that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I don't know if at all, if there's a way that you would want people or if they can follow, connect, or whatever. If you want to drop that, let us know where that information is if you want to share. If not, I understand.
I
Um,
told you I got products to sell. What?
yes.
What? Huh? Of course. Join the email list. Become faves. Upgrade your herbs. You deserve better herbs. Y'all see that
Oh, yes. Oh,
that packaging?
oh,
Good.
wow.
Yeah. See the bling? You see the heifer got a little
Yeah.
bling?
Oh,
Uh,
Black woman's tea right there. I will see that in the
so,
store. I know a black
yeah.
woman like this. I know it. I know
Right,
it.
something to jump out on you on the shelves. So yeah, definitely check out our herbs. We have pre-blends, we have single herbs, we have hemp flower. We've got a beautiful blend for skin, especially for those of us that are at, points where we're more, or ages in our life when we're more aware of our skin and the changes. And, we're getting more fabulous each
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And I'm gonna drop the website in the
No,
description. I'm gonna drop the website in the description, but I'm gonna pop it. Well, I'm gonna put it in the description. So, what's the website again? I know I have it, but
green heifer HEFFA farms.com.
okay. So, put that right here so the people can find it.
Thank you.
Green Heifer Farms, right?
Yep.
.com.
With
Okay.
the S.com. Get on the email list, and you can find me on IG, TikTok, or YouTube, or Threads, Farmer Cee. And then, of course, you can connect with the farm on IG and Facebook.
Okay. All right. So that's Green Heifer Farms. This is Farmer C. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking the
you so
time
much.
to
For
communicate
sure.
and bless us with your presence and your energy today. Thank you so
Likewise.
much.
Thank you, Vaycarians. Y'all have been phenomenal. So I just want you all to know that when you invest in people, it does have real tangible effects. And in my case, it allows me to continue to invest as well. And so, last thing, if y'all are interested in the tiny house, you can go to the website as well. Look under learn with us, and then you'll see the resiliency retreat.
Okay. Everything is there. Thank you. Okay, so I am Mademoiselle. I am taking over Stephanie's channel for the time being. Welcome. You'll be seeing more of these. We'll be having more interviews and more women sharing stories about their businesses and their sabbaticals and what they've been doing. And like Farmer C gave us, right, told us we're gonna curate this energy here on this channel. So I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to share this video. Be sure to do all the things, like it and comment. Y'all know what to do. Okay, do all those things and show us some love and go visit her website and get you some Black woman tea. Look, did y'all see that beautiful packaging? Did you
Um,
see it? Yeah, bring up on in.
hold
Bring
on,
up
hold
on.
on, hold on. I mean, before you go, I'm just saying. Let me show y'all some of the packaging that we're working with. We're boutique. We are a boutique farm. Do y'all see how pretty this is? This is Sanity. This is Sanity. This is a calming blend, some lemon balm and Damiana, Fixity, which is a balancing blend. It's beautiful. I've got Rich Auntie, but I'm out. So you gotta get on the list. We've got
Okay.
functional blends, kidney detoxicity. So this is a good detox tea. So pretty.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes. So
Okay.
anyway, come on through. Get yourself some herbs. You deserve it. You deserve better herbs. You do. Okay. Get herbed and unperturbed. Um,
Mhm.
in
Leave them tea bags
2025.
alone. Leave the tea bags alone. Leave them there.
Oh, don't
Let
get me
'em
started on
alone.
that. Let me go because I'll get that's a whole nother thing. Them
Okay.
T-balls.
See y'all later. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye. Much love.